AJ Styles. They're getting Samoa Joe.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting a Nakamura.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these guys are coming in, and it's not like they're going to stay in NXT forever.
No.
Or like in AJ Styles' case, he just got to the top.
Or if they do stay in NXT, does NXT continue the steamroll that they've been having and possibly getting more shows? Maybe because they do have the network. I mean, you can put as many shows as you want on the WWE network. You own the network. It's not like you're on USA trying to pitch, oh, hey, we got another idea for a show. Can you give us a third day? They don't have to worry about that. You own the network. It's your own streaming. Plus, you have Shane McMahon coming back, who is a CEO of some sort of China overseas on-demand company where his expertise come into play. So anything's possible.
Yeah, I think they do need to. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're big overseas, but that would be nice to extend their branches out more in other countries and even show it on the network. They just have to find ways to bring you in to sell the network. How are you going to sell us the network? Of course, they have all these different little shows and reality shows and packages that they put together and all the old pay-per-views. But what new content, wrestling content, are you going to sell them? Like that's why we said, and we'll keep talking about it, bring in a Divas show and have the Divas wrestle on their own show.
Yeah. You have the potential because you have two shows that have mid-cards. And if you break up the brand, you can always have more superstars than on A or B show, if you want to call it. Yeah. You can have them on Raw or SmackDown. Then you have 2 one-hour slots on your network that you could possibly either put another NXT show or, like you said before, put a Divas show, an hour long. Boom. Mm-hmm. There you go. Mm-hmm. Divas only. Have maybe, I don't know,
1 hour.
1
2
hour.
2 or 3 matches.
You have somebody who's in charge, Stephanie McMahon, somebody who is big with the Divas.
Yeah, why doesn't Stephanie take a backseat, let the McMahons run Raw and SmackDown, let Triple H run NXT, and she would take on the Divas? There's so many possibilities, and this is all just coming out of Shane coming back. All these possibilities that we're talking about is all about Shane McMahon, who spent a half hour on TV and says he wants Raw. We come up with all these possibilities. Mm-hmm. But you've mentioned this being possibly the fight, the match of the night at WrestleMania. I beg to differ because this match that was also named for WrestleMania, I think this will be the match of the night, and that's the street fight between Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose.
That also could be one great match, because here's the thing.
It's one of the main events, that's for sure.
Plus, it's a street fight, so if Brock Lesnar was to lose and put Ambrose over, he still would look like a beast, because all you have to do is throw an announce table on him, maybe have a dump truck or something for that matter, and yes, he'd put Dean Ambrose over, but still, he would still be the beast incarnated, and he would still look like the beast and Suplex City.
Yep. This is the first match in a long time where it's a win-win situation for all parties.
Mm-hmm.
Lesnar fights Ambrose in a street fight, which kind of gives Ambrose a chance to win. And it gives a chance for Brock Lesnar to get a little beating.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, Brock Lesnar does not get beat in a regular match.
No.
He'll crush you. But in a street fight where you can use anything goes, any rules, weapons, I mean, it favors Ambrose.
Plus, go ahead.
And the fact...
Sorry, I'm getting so excited.
Yeah, I know, man. This is an exciting time. And the fact that Ambrose comes into this fight, he's been so hot since the Royal Rumble when he lasted as the last 2 men. And then, him and Lesnar becoming the focal point of Fastlane more than Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns wasn't even that important at Fastlane. It was all about Lesnar and Ambrose.
They both got the biggest pop out of the three.
Yep.
Roman Reigns was booed the whole time. Like we even saw last week, Paul Heyman had to cut everybody off and do his introduction just to get the people to stop booing.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's just Ambrose doesn't even have to win. He doesn't even have to win.
I think he will though, because if you do it correctly, because you know how Lesnar's only a part-time guy and he's only signed for X amount of dates. If you do it correctly and have Ambrose win somehow, like something out of the ordinary, like I said, like a dump truck or something, he gets.
No, I don't want it to be schmazzy. I don't want it to be like that.
I don't think it will be a schmazzy. I think it will.
I don't
come
want
out
him
good.
to have to put something on top of him to pin him or something to hold him down.
But I think after a constantly getting beaten down by whatever 2x4s, chairs, whatever you're going to use, okay, and then the street fight, chains, whatever. Then you can have Lesnar take a backseat role. He goes away for a little while, and then as soon as they need him again, boom. When they need somebody to boost up the ratings, Lesnar comes back because he's so over with the fans. Doesn't matter if he's heel or face, which we've talked about numerous times. It just works well for Ambrose because it gets him over even more. So,
yeah, I could see this being a Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin situation where Austin lost, and he lost in such a fashion that he won over all the fans. And I think this will. I mean, Dean Ambrose is a fan favorite anyway.
Yeah. But
I just think this is the boost he needs to finally get to main event status. If he puts up a great showing at WrestleMania, at the biggest WrestleMania probably in history, attendance-wise, then they will prove that he is ready for the main event. And then if Roman Reigns wins the title, we can set up at SummerSlam, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose as the main event. Speaking of Roman Reigns, can you believe that the main event of WrestleMania was not the first thing that we talked about, not the second thing, but is now the third topic that we're talking about today? Roman Reigns, Triple H, the interest is not really that there. I mean, we all know Roman Reigns was going to come out victorious at Fastlane. We didn't know it was going to be the way it was, which makes things worse for him. Then we come to Monday Night Raw. Triple H beats the stuffing out of him.
Stuffing?
Yep, beats the stuffing out of him to an applause. I mean, I don't know how they're going to do this, but there's really no way to put Roman Reigns over right now. Unless
you turn him heel. I think that's the only way it's going to happen.
But it just doesn't make sense because the authority is bad.
I know.
And you can't. It would have to be afterwards. It would have to be after he wins the title. Maybe he comes out on Raw the night after WrestleMania and he goes, "You guys have been booing me. I'm sick of it," and then he goes on a rampage.
Or you could have maybe Vince McMahon come out and something goes on. He
endorse him or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like at the main event. But the one thing that interests me the most, that got me saying "wow," is Monday Night Raw. We saw blood. We haven't seen blood in a long time, unless it's Brock Lesnar who busts himself open, running into the post turnbuckle. But it was actual blood. It was like watching an old episode of Monday Night Raw, Attitude Era style. So my question is, now that we've seen blood, is this the return of TV-14 Raw? Or are we still stuck in the PG era? Or will this just go on up to WrestleMania, and then after WrestleMania, we're back to where we started, back to the PG with John Cena telling everybody to believe in themselves and take their vitamins, say their prayers, yada,
yada.
That's
Hulk Hogan, my friend.
I know it's Hulk Hogan.
Come on now.
I know. But do we see that? Or do we see kind of a shift in the whole WWE, and we kind of start seeing this edgier Raw, edgier SmackDown, edgier pay-per-views? Because, let's be honest, the fans have spoken numerous times on the internet, all over. You see it on posts, you see it in articles, how stale the product's getting, how boring it's getting, and it's not fun anymore for fans like you and me who grew up in an era where anything went. People said what was ever on their mind. They didn't have these stupid gimmicks where they come out and they're dancing around wearing, I don't know, something on their head or something, a robe or whatnot. So I personally think with Shane McMahon returning, this could possibly be the end of PG WWE.
I don't even really think they have to end the PG era, so to speak, but you're not giving the fans what they want performance-wise with certain characters. You're not giving them what they want with the characters that are wrestling. You're not putting certain people over that should be put over. Why not give them a little edgier product? It takes a little emphasis off of, like people like Roman Reigns, who people are not fond of. Oh, this match is a little edgier. He just got beat up. He's bleeding.
Yeah.
And I say bleeding with quotations because a video has been posted.
Yes, I saw that.
Of Byron Saxton. People don't know if it's a blade. People don't know if it's a blood capsule.
I think it was a blood capsule.
Boy, if it's a blood capsule, how worse does this make Roman Reigns look? He can't catch a break.
No. But here's one more thing, and I think we should go to break after this. You have so many shows on network TV that are edgier than this, that are on prime time, and I know WWE is all kid-friendly and all that, but after a while, those kids get older, and they get into teenage years, and they're not interested in seeing these superhero-looking guys dancing around, cutting cheesy promos. They'll turn the channel and they'll look elsewhere. They have video games to play. Hell, you have Call of Duty, one of the most violent games that kids are out playing. And
The Walking Dead.
All these CSI murder shows on TV. So after a while, these kids are going to look elsewhere.
Well, even now, the John Cena, his merchandise sales have gone down.
Which I wonder why.
Kids are getting older.
Exactly. I mean, I bought one because it was $5, and I was just like, I'll have a John Cena T-shirt just for that, just for it, But I'm not going to be wearing it to any live event anytime soon.
You're going to be wearing it. I know you.
No, sir.
Were you wearing it to bed?
I wear it to bed, yes. Makes a nice bedtime T-shirt.
I think WWE chose this at the time because, the fans were really into Cena and also the whole Linda McMahon running for campaign.
Yes, that's another good point.
And that era's over. It's time. There's always a new era that comes into play. They don't have to redo the Attitude Era.
No.
You don't redo the old. Do something new. Do something innovative. Do something different. Catch our attention.
Plus, you have so many independent shows that are now online. They post their shows on YouTube. They post their shows on Roku, whatever it is, however you're streaming. And people are going to get tired, and they're going to start looking at these shows, and they're even more edgier than what the WWE is. And they got to roll with the time, so to speak.
I hear you, my friend, and I totally agree. We're going to go to break. I just want to give a couple shout-outs. We got some fans, man, that follows the wrestling community. Earl E. Cole is one of our fans, and he even has his own wrestling page, Talk Pro Wrestling, on Facebook, so follow that as you can. Also follow us on, like us on Facebook, facebook.com/UCR Network. Twitter and Instagram, follow us.
At UCR Network?
At UCR Network. This is Anthony the Ant-Man alongside Keith Logan the Loganator. You're listening to Ringside Rumble Radio on the UCR Network. We're on Spreaker.com and free on iTunes.
Imagine a world where bullying isn't considered a normal part of childhood.
A world where I'm not afraid to go to school.
To speak out.
To be myself.
A world where I'm not afraid to be caught alone.
Come on, punk.
We have the power to stop the bullying. Speak out.
Speak up.
Educate.
Find out what to look for and how you can make a difference at bullying.org.
Bullying is not